Hi students, this is Dr. Julie Quinn and I'm going to give you a tour of our NOVA Online English 111. This is College Comp 1 and you'll be taking this class over the summer. So a couple of things that I'll do in this welcome video is just give you a little bit of a tour of the main places for you to worry about week 1 and of course anything else you're going to get as long as the weeks progress. You're going to get orientation to the week videos, so be prepared to see these videos, but I hope that they help give you a visual connection with the course. The first thing you see when you log in is you'll see the home page, which is the welcome to the class, and it's got a getting started checklist here. And then of course you can go to the announcements. Now I'm in the middle of building them. You won't be able to see any yet because there aren't any there, but once they are there where this video is embedded, you'll start to see those announcements. And again, I try to post them the Sunday before the week starts, and of course during the week as announcements are necessary. And once there are announcements, you'll see them listed here in reverse chronological order. The next place that I'd like you to go is the syllabus. So within the syllabus, there are a lot of really important course bits and pieces of information for you. So you've got, this is summer 2025, this is our class. You've got the course description and prereqs. You've got the objectives, which are built upon our course content and summaries. You've got that time expectation. We are a 12-week class, and since it's three credits, the estimated time it will take you per week is approximately 8 to 12 hours of study, of writing, of editing, of any sort of tutorial videos, any of the research that you may be doing. That's what's built into that. The course technical skills and requirements are that you have Wi-Fi access, that you can navigate Canvas, that you are going to be using Microsoft Word very specifically. So if you're a student who writes in Google Docs or in Pages, that's okay, but you have to save it as a Word document because we want to make sure that everybody's saving in the same software. So it's going to be easier for students to give each other feedback. And when I demo a concept, if I demo MLA format, or if I demo how to set up a works cited entry, I'm only going to be using that one style of software. So it's just going to make it easier in the long run. But remember, Microsoft Word is going to be the required software of the course. And note that there will be links in the syllabus on how to get access to it if you don't have it. You don't have to pay for it. Through being a student at NOVA, you do have access to Microsoft Word. Okay, so the next thing I want you to pay attention to is when you go into the course policies, it does say an attendance policy. Now, it's not a traditional attendance like we meet every week via Zoom or in a face-to-face classroom, but there are some timely activities you want to keep up with, the discussions and the social annotations especially. In lieu of regular synchronous meetings, you've got to do those on time just to show you're keeping up pace with the course. You will find a PDF that I recommend you print out. And if I have to make any adjustments to this, I will. I'll never adjust it to make assignments due sooner. I'm not cruel like that, but you should print this out and keep it close by. In addition to having this printed up schedule, what you'll also find is all of those due dates are replicated in the class. And so you should have a pretty full to-do list, okay? Due dates are listed in the pacing schedule, linked here. And of course, I will put this pacing schedule also in the announcements just for some redundancy. Please know I do have a late work policy. It's really difficult for students to keep up if they get far behind. But situations do happen. No, it's a late penalty of 10% per day late. That's the rule. So if it's beyond like a week late, you're getting way too far behind. Remember, summer is a condensed schedule. And it is going to be on a student to keep up with the work. And if you're having an emergency, by all means, let me know. We'll set up a time to conference and we'll talk about that. But the final assignment that's due that last week, no assignments will be accepted beyond that. So if you're taking this final assessment, it's got to be submitted by the 10th and it will not be accepted late because that's going to be the last day that I'll be accepting submissions. So if you struggle with procrastination, I would not recommend a NOVA online class. This is for students that work hard and that are motivated and timely. So students who struggle with procrastination doesn't mean they don't work hard, but it means that they struggle with deadlines and timelines. And an asynchronous class where you're not with your professor every week reminding you about assignments can make it harder to stay on task. So I strongly recommend that students only take NOVA online courses if they're self-motivated and they don't struggle with time management, okay? That's super critical. Students tend to fail NOVA online courses at a higher rate than even hybrid and face-to-face courses for exactly that reason. And if you have any questions, please reach out and let me know. I'll help you with that. Okay, you'll see assignment submission. You must submit all your work in Microsoft Word. There's that link that I promised earlier in the video to student software. All right, artificial intelligence used in plagiarism. Please note, I'm the chair of the languages department at the Woodbridge campus, and I'm pretty skilled at sniffing out AI use. AI use like ChatGPT, Grammarly, and Coolbop are not exclusive to, meaning any AI use. And I actually am going to amend that right in this video. I'm going to amend it to Google Translate because you can't use that either in this class. Let's see here. All right, so I just amended it to add Google Translate because that's something that I'm noticing a lot of students are doing. When you're writing in this 111 class, the idea is that you're writing it in English, and if English is not your first language, you're welcome to write a first draft in a native language, but you have to do all the translation yourself. You cannot use a translator tool. English does not have a direct one-to-one relationship with any other language, and the translation tool is powered by AI, and it's going to rewrite your content. The same with Grammarly. If you have a subscription to Grammarly, please turn it off. I am not going to accept, but I only used Grammarly. These are all prohibited from use for a variety of reasons, and you'll get to hear those as we move forward in the class. But please note, for any gradable content in the class, including research and outlining, I want you doing that work yourself, or brainstorming with me and talking with me. Use of these tools that add writing that you did not write into an assignment will result in an automatic class failure. And that's a very serious thing. So I want you to do your own work, your own perfectly imperfect work. We're all imperfect writers. I can't tell you how many times I've gone through this syllabus before this recording and I've had to fix things. That's natural. I don't expect to see perfect writing, and I'm not a super grammar stickler. As a matter of fact, it's encouraging to see where students are and how they move from draft to final. And those little idiosyncratic writing habits, like I, for example, tend to write long, convoluted sentences. It lets me know that you're human, and it gives me places to give you feedback so that over time you can develop those skills independently of any software. Now, will you be using AI perhaps in the workplace? Sure. But we want you to have the baseline skills so then you can determine later on the quality of what AI in your workplace may or may not give to you. I'm pretty strict on plagiarism and self-plagiarism. Self-plagiarism is basically, you know what plagiarism is, but we'll go over it this semester. Self-plagiarism means you can't reuse any of your prior assignments, either in a prior semester of 111 or from another class. Use of that, you're supposed to do independent work each semester to build up that muscle memory. And if you don't do that, it's considered cheating. So if you have a topic that you want to redo and you're going to do brand new research, you still have to get it approved by me first, okay? Ask me before you start any assignment. And of course, you don't want to use somebody else's work. It's really easy for me to find work that students find on Stu.q or Course Hero or wherever it is that they go, to the Cliff Notes, Spark Notes, all that kind of stuff. So grading turnaround time, I'm very fast, so you should get your grades pretty quickly from me. That lets you know how you're doing and perhaps encourages you to reach out and talk to me. Okay, incomplete policies here, withdrawal policy. You'll get a chance to review all of the hard and fast rules about how do you email a professor. By the way, please email me from a student account, or even email me right from your Canvas inbox. You can just go to the inbox, and then you can go to Compose, and inside of Compose, you just select English 111, and you go to like your Summer 111. And of course, if you just choose teachers, I'm the only one here, and then you get the opportunity to send an email. And you can even send me files and things like that if we're getting ready to go do a conference together. So go through that full syllabus. And if you have accommodation paperwork, I cannot accept accommodations in week 10 and apply them to week 1. It starts working the minute I get the accommodation. So please reach out to accommodations and accessibility services if you need to. And if you have other questions, obviously go through this deeply. Then the next place you want to go is to click on your modules. Okay, so you'll see once you get to the modules, the first thing you need to do as a student is you go through the welcome section. This is going to orient you to the class, As you look at each section, you'll see Welcome to College Comp 1. We've got that little blurb overview. That's like the first, that's really the homepage that you saw here. Your job over here on the right-hand side is to go next and read this welcome content. You get information on me. There I am with my child. You'll get a little bit of background on me, my contact policy, my welcome letter, how to contact a professor in Canvas. That's how you use that inbox. And you just work your way through this. It shouldn't take you but a couple of minutes, an orientation to online learning. And as you finish this module, course information on student support, on tutorials on how to do X or Y thing in Canvas, like create a studio video, which you will have an opportunity to do later in the term. And you've got all of this contact information here. So, and communication etiquette, that will be important. Like instead of like, hey, prof, you know, or why didn't you grade my paper? You know, you can certainly ask for a meeting. We can go over it more in depth. Or could you help me find where the grade is? Of course I can, right? So setting up your profile and all of these different little things that will be important for a student to do. And then, of course, there's a pre-assessment required activity just so that we know that you have access to all of the important things that you have access to. And then when assignment is graded, this is just, did you follow the directions? Did you answer the questions related to the syllabus and to the code of conduct? When you're done with all of that, you'll be ready to take the class. And now we move into Module 1. So once you've completed all of that, do you see how once I clicked through all of these, I was able to finish this? Once you get the score of 15, you should be able to open up Module 1. Okay, so once you do that, then you're going to get an opportunity to review Module 1, and you should see a separate video where I go over Module 1 with students. So remember, don't wait till like Thursday to do the welcome. You need to do the welcome right away. So as we go through again, each week you'll notice Module 1 is only 1 week long. Module 2 is going to be like 2 weeks long. Module 3 is going to be a few more weeks, and Module 4 is going to be about 5 weeks. The modules get a little bit more complex and intricate as we go. And within each module and within every week, I'm going to highlight the assignments to come, go over particular elements of those assignments to pay attention to, and I will always be available for questions and commentary. I wish you great luck this term. I'm excited to do another video to go over Module 1, and hopefully you'll see that in the next announcement. Great luck to you all this summer.